Hello guys, in this video we will be learning about the microcontroller, various aspects of the microcontroller. Along with that, we will be having a brief introduction to the microprocessor. As the course is mainly on the microcontroller, we will be focusing only on the microcontroller, but knowing the advantages of the microcontroller over the microprocessor, we will be looking on the microprocessor. Well, what is a microprocessor? A microprocessor is a system, is a computer in which the input and the output components such as keyboard, CPU, mouse and other devices that are connected either internally or externally. But in most of the cases, these microprocessors are connected externally. The way they connect is called as the buses. Generally, the wires are called as the buses. In microcontroller as well as in the microprocessor, we will use the term buses for the wires. We will be learn more about the characteristic of buses, about the cost expenses in the subsequent classes. So let us see what is actually a microprocessor. In a microprocessor, we cannot use it as a compact system. What is a compact system? A compact system is a system in which we can store a system in another system so that its efficiency get increases. Well, we cannot store a computer in another system in an industrial work for an industrial work, hence we have to use some other way, that is an microcontroller. So in this video we start with the microcontroller and with the microprocessor. Microcontroller is a device in which the input components and output components are very less. They are very less, due to which the size of the system remains very small. If the size of the system is small, it means it consumes very less power consumption, and it is a good advantage. If some device is consuming very less power consumption, comparatively the more power consumption, it is a great advantage. So this is one of the most important reason of using the microcontroller, and hence it can be used in the compact system. Because the size of the system is very small, we can insert the system into another system, and a small system is a microcontroller. The important other factors are it has power saving mode. What actually a power saving mode? A power saving mode is a situation. Let us consider an example of microprocessor. Suppose I am working on a system in which I am using one folder at a time. It means that I can access that folder, I can use that folder, along with that folder I can use another folder. Now, in the microcontroller, if I am working on a particular register, if I am working on a particular folder, then on the same time I can. But the difference between the microprocessor and the microcontroller, it has a power saving mode. Whatever the folders that is required, only that folder consume power. It means whatever the hardware portion of a microcontroller is required, only that hardware portion will be working, and only that will consume the power. So this is one of the most important advantage of a microcontroller. Then next is the cost expenses. What are the various cost expenses factors If we look for the large circuit, it means that the cost will be higher. In the microprocessor, the cost will be very higher as we require the desktop, we require the as a hard external memory as a USB, DVDs, and so many other things. Now these days, pen drive, so many things are available. But in the microcontroller, nothing is required like that. It is very small and they are less expensive. So in this modern technology, the use of microcontroller is very important. So let us see. Microcontroller has a processor, has a memory. Input output components are connected internally. Since the input output components are connected internally, therefore the circuit is small and it can be used in the compact system. Cost of the entire system is very less. Since the external components are very less, therefore can be used with the devices running on the stored power like batteries. One of the most important reason. Then most of the microcontroller have power saving mode as I have stated earlier and helps in the low power consumption. It has the ideal mode. We will be learning about the ideal mode in the subsequent classes as ideal mode is not a perfect time to deal with now. So microcontroller has more number of registers. We will be learning what are registers. Microcontroller are the Harvard based architecture. We have three types of architecture, so we will be learning in the subsequent classes, but for the meanwhile we should know what are registers and this various architecture. Registers are generally the storage elements, variables you can say, and architecture, the design of the microcontroller is different. And now these days in washing machines, in mp3s, videos, camera, and there are so many devices in which we are using this microcontroller. Microprocessor has a lot of disadvantages: high power consumption, very enlarged circuit, cannot be used in the compact system, high cost, and it has the less number of registers. So thank you.